everyone. Lori here from Unique in the Creek. Me and my pal, Lady. Say hi, ladies. Nobody's watching yet, but say hi anyways. There. There'll be people on. They'll come. I called them. They'll come. Just me and you tonight. Oh, a whole bunch of people's jumped on. Hi, everybody. Hi, Mom. Look at all the people. Grandma's on. Say hi, Grandma. Okay, you guys. So, I had to make an executive decision today because I was told not to do this tonight, but I wanted to do it anyways. I'm not really big on listening to people and listening when they tell me what to do. So I'm starting this before Dave comes in. Dave's still outside in the workshop. So I'm going to show you guys. What do you guys think I'm going to show you tonight? Oh, 52 people. Hi, everybody. You guys probably can guess what I'm going to show you tonight. Just going to wait for a few more to jump on. Hi, Terry. No, Brenda, I'm not doing the clown. I was scheduled to do the clown tonight, but Michelle from Monkey's Creation, she did Creepella the Clown last week live, and she blew me away. There's no way I could even compete with that one. So if you want to see Creepella the Clown done, it's on the Facebook page. Go watch her because her tutorial was awesome. And the end result was just fabulous. So, oh, you guys all want the horse? Really? I don't know. Ladies, should we give him the horse? What do you think? Huh? All right. Okay. Is this what you guys want? This might be also what you guys want. Yes, that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to show you a quick tutorial on the horse. It's debuting, and I didn't even tell anybody. I didn't even tell Dave. So I'm here by myself. So I'm trying to read comments as I'm talking at the same time. So you guys have to bear with me. I don't have any partners in crime today because I'm sneaking it. Because the only thing I want to tell you guys with the horse. Okay, I will be putting it up on the website on Friday. Now, with the horse, we are going to be manufacturing the horse in between downtimes of the character frames and the flower frames. They do take a bit more time to make, okay? Quite a bit more material. So when I do post it on the page for right now, things are going to change in a month or so. So you guys just bear with us because we have fantastic stuff coming, I'm telling you. But the horse is going to be on an as ordered basis, okay? Which means we're just going to go through the list, and as horses are coming up, we're going to be filling the orders. So what I'm going to hope everybody can do is order the horse separately, because even the shipping on it and everything is just really funky, okay? Because it's 22 inches tall. So it's not small, and it's like, it's about 17 inches wide. There's 12, whoops, 12 and 3. Okay, so it's 16 inches wide, okay? So it's not overly huge, and the finished product is about that size as well. So for shipping for you guys when it's finished is still going to be, oh, my camera tilted, is still going to be okay for like a 22 by 22 box. But shipping for us is going to be a little difficult because USPS does not handle packages carefully. It doesn't matter. I could plaster stickers all over and they still don't care. They step on things and they just don't care, even though you're paying an arm and leg for the shipping. So we're going to have to sandwich them between cardboard and stuff like that. So they are going to be on as an ad ordered basis, okay? It's not that you're gonna, I'm not saying that you're gonna get it in a month from now, but I can't guarantee when you're gonna get it. So, you know, you may order it tomorrow and you might get shipped out on Monday, okay? So there's no quoting. You just have to look for the tracking number. It will change once we get into August, because like I said, we have so much things happening, but you know, things are out of our control, so we can only, we met with a brand new manufacturer today. So I'll just tell you guys that. So I can guarantee you guys things will speed up, things will be more efficient, and things are gonna get better. Promise. Just keep bear with us, okay? So anyways, I'm going to show you the horse. So you guys won't believe how easy this is. So I've started, I'm going to poke this down. Now, yeah, it does mean destroy, I tell you. Hi, Patsy. Yes, Brenda. Wait till you see how easy this is to make too. Okay, so I'm going to put this down, and keep in mind, so if you guys are seeing questions and you know the answers for some of the new people, if you could just answer them, that would help me a lot. Like I said, I'm solo today, so, and lady, my partner in crime doesn't talk. So, so I'm going to point this down, and I'm going to show you, I've already started, but I'm going to show you what I've started because it is really simple. So there's not much to show you guys. So I'm going to point it down. Here it is. Okay. So I'm doing this one again with burlap. I really like the burlap, especially this burlap I bought. I bought this burlap, and it's made by Doris. And this burlap is really stiff. So when I'm cutting it, it's not fraying very much at all. It's almost like it's starched or something, and it's very thick and prickly. I don't even know if that's a word. Prickly word? That sounds wrong. But it lays nice and flat. Now you can do your horse with any material you want. Okay. I started a unicorn today. I'm not done it, but I don't like to show unfinished stuff. But I used this fuzzy felt material that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I think it was like $5 a yard or something. Oh my gosh, you guys, wait till you see this unicorn. It looks like actual fur that like a unicorn would have. It's fabulous. So you can make it with anything. Ollie fun. Look at this material. Does this not look like the skin of a horse? This is a blanket. Yes, I know I should wear a mask, Jan. I don't use burlap a lot. I've only started with this horse because I did do a lot of burlap previously, and it does affect my respirations, like it triggers. But for this stuff that I'm using, there's hardly any fibers. I wish you guys could feel this. It's stiff. Like you can even, like if I bent it, it stays creased. So there's not very much fibers that come off it. So I really like it, but again, I think it would be really durable. Like I've tried the other burlap where it's really flimsy. Where is it? This one. So you can see how flimsy it is. This frays a lot, and it makes a nice horse too, especially if you want rustic, because we want frays. More frays, the more rustic it looks. But this stuff lays flat. Lays better. I don't know why. Like I said, it's got some kind of starch or glue or something in it. Anyways, I bought this at Doris. I bought a whole bunch of it. I don't know why. I like really stockpiled it. So I am going to put it on my website and sell them because I got them at a pretty good price too. So, you know, savings for me is savings for you guys. So I got the burlap color, and I also got black. So a black mane with like the two. It's going to be fabulous. So you can do any colors, right? Like I said, I got this gray. Look at this. This is a blanket. Now I was in Hobby Lobby, and of course I always scour the clearance section. And this blanket, actually it was this one that caught my eye. It's a caramel color. It is, it says throw, decorative throw. And look at this, like it really does look like skin of a horse. So of course it caught my eye. And then when I went to see how much it was like $10. Yes, $10. It was in the home section at Hobby Lobby, and it was regular $40. So there's a lot of fabric here. There's like 50 by 60 inches of fabric here. And this fabric is awesome because it's not thick at all. There's no stuffing or anything in it. But when you cut it, there's this piece you'll get, but there's also this piece right here. So this one is not as shiny, but it's still, so you can make probably 2 or 3 horses with one blanket because you have 2 sides and it's not thick. So it will lay beautifully on the horse. But this side actually looks like hair. Can you guys see that? So I'm excited to use that one. So I bought a gray one. I only bought one of each because I end up making all these stuff and then just donating them. So I just like to do them and show you guys. So I bought the gray. So I'm going to do gray maybe with a black mane. Like, hello, yes. And then I got the caramel color, and you can pretty much do any color mane with it if you want. But yeah, so you can use anything. If you find something at a good price, just grab it. Show my fat legs. I also got this stuff, guys. This is called made by Yarn Bee. This one's Sandpiper Shores, and it was $9.99, but of course I used my coupon, so it wasn't $9.99. But look at this stuff, okay? It's wool. It looks like a horse's mane. So this is what it looks like. It's very, very fine. So once we put it onto the frame, you can separate it and it actually looks like hair. And it's even streaked and everything that looks like it's got blonde streaks like a horse. And they had all different colors. They had grays and everything, but I really liked this brown color to go with that. So that was a good find for, you probably do 4 horses' manes with this stuff. And I think I got 40% off $9.99. So like scour the craft stores and just think of stuff that you can use with this, because I'm going to show you with burlap because it's the basic, but like you wouldn't want to do a unicorn in burlap or anything. But where's the, oh, I'll show you the fabric. So this is the fabric I got for the unicorn. So it's a felt, but you can see it's got like a texture to it. So that's the back side. It's just like a plain kind of felt, but the front side is like furry. It's not a faux fur though. It's just, it was in the felt section of the Hobby Lobby, and I bought 2 yards of it. So 2 yards I think is going to make me 2 unicorns. And I think it was like $5 a yard, not even. So yes, so there's lots of stuff you guys can do that. And of course, Ollie Fun, right? Now the Ollie Fun, there's every color. You can mix up colors and add white somewhere, you know, just like a real horse. So what I need to make the horse, so the bottom of the horse is made with a leaf type, like almost like the sunflower petal that I show you guys. This bottom portion is made exactly the same as that. So from the neck down, I'll show you the back. So again, it's still all nice and neat. I haven't cut my tails off or anything yet, but it's again all holes, combination of holes. And I'll probably send a pattern when I do send this out. And then we're going to use these outer holes you'll see here for the mane, okay? But the mane we'll do very last. And so this is like a petal fold. And then up at the head, for this one, we're going to do bubble, like the bubble rolls. And I've already written on my horse head my numbers and where I go. So I'm going to be going 1, to 10, 11, 12, 13, and then going around and then back through. So I'm going to end right here. So you can write right on your pattern, the pattern right on your board. Now this bottom half is 36 pieces. I used 36 pieces of 6-inch burlap. So this is 6 inches, I believe. Yes. So it's 6 inches and it's 5 yards a roll. So if you cut your burlap pieces in 5 inches, which I'm going to do in 1 second, what you need 36 to finish from the neck down. If you cut them at 5 inches, it will be 1 full roll perfectly. So, because it's 5 yards, 12 inches in a yard. So you do the math, which I made Dave do. It's 36 pieces you get in a roll, and you need 36 pieces for the bottom portion. How cool is that, right? And then you'll need probably a half a roll for the head, and then the ear is made a certain way, and I will show you guys. So I'm just going to put this aside, okay, and I'm going to show you what I did to cut my petals for the bottom of the horse. Okay, so what I did, so you're going to need your zip ties. I got black zip ties to do a black mane. You still don't see the zip ties, but if I use black, you see it even less. So with this stuff, because it's stiff, like I said, I can measure out right on my mat here and fold over right at 5 inches. So this piece right here is 5 inches. And then I can just keep folding over. So I'll do a few flips. So, and it leaves a crease because it is stiff. Now I'm not sure, it's not flimsy like the burlap that you buy in the craft stores. Now I'm sure they may have it somewhere in the craft stores. I've just not seen it. So again, it's made by Doris, and it's Burlap Accents. It's called. Does it? I don't have my glasses on. I don't know if it says what's in it because it makes it stiff. It just says 100% natural jute fiber wrap. So anyways, and I got my electric scissors that are dead. That's what I get for doing a impromptu Facebook. So I'm just going to do like every other person and cut it with scissors. So I'm just cutting it down the crease. So you can see how it doesn't fray, like it's kind of nice. So there's one piece. So I think I need, when I started off, finished off, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces to finish off the bottom of the horse. Now, what I'm going to show you right now, putting on the horse, you do the whole bottom half like this. Okay, so I think I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. I'm going to look up and see. Wow, lots of people. Hi, everybody. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 2 extra pieces. I'll need one for the ear anyway, so I'll just put that aside. So now everybody knows I like to use clothespins. So I've got my dangle of clothespins here, and I'm crafting at my in my living room coffee table. So when I've been making the horses lately, I just actually use the actual horse frame and use it as my work surface on my lap. So, because I always like, you guys know that, I always like to kick up my feet and watch a movie, Housewives or something. Anyways, okay, so you got your 6 inch by 5 inch piece, okay? You're gonna turn it into a diamond shape, and you're just gonna scrunch from corner to corner with your thumb and your Peter pointers. Okay, now it's a little bit hard to work with. Like I said, it's stiff, but look, even though I cut it, it's still not even fraying. So it's not the friendliest to work with, but it makes the best product. So I need 5 of these. So that's 1, 2, 3. So again, I'm just going corner to corner. Hey, everybody. So how many I got? 3, 4. So yeah, when this is done, you guys, you can sell these for some good coin. Like anybody I've showed it to so far, like in person, have like their jaws have dropped. It's like, how did you make that? And well, you guys will see right now how really easy it is to make, but you know, you don't tell the secret. Well, you can if you have fellow crafters, but there's so many people out here that don't want to craft. So we got some 5 pieces. All right. So I'm going to put those to the side. I'm going to bring my frame. Okay. So what I did when I was doing my thing, on each row, I wrote the number of pieces I'm going to need for each row. That's how I got to 36. Let's join in. Okay. So you guys all know with my boards, it's all about the holes and patterns, right? Hi, Gemma. Thank you. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going to take my zip tie. This is, I think, a 6-inch zip tie. I always use 6-inch. For the unicorn, I was even using 4-inch. So it depends how thick your material is. So this is burlap. It's pretty thick, so I'm not going to use like a little 4-inch zip tie because it will be hard because it's got a big bump to go over for the burlap. So now to make all your zip ties go face the same way, so this one has to be pulled. You go in through the bottom set of holes. So we have sets of holes. Everything's about sets of holes. Okay, you're going to go through the bottom of the hole with your, again, your zip tie. There's a flat side and like a bubbled side. You're going to take your end of your zip tie. You're going to go through the flat side always, and you'll hear a zip, and that is locked. Okay. I use pipe cleaners. I mean, I use zip ties all the time for everything. I just find they work great. They're not hard on my fingers because my hands, I have eczema, so the pipe cleaners cut and there's no mess on the back. Like you're not twisting pipe cleaners, and once you cut all the tails off, it's nice and neat. But said that you can use pipe cleaners if you have a whole bunch and you don't want to buy zip ties. You can buy 6-inch zip ties on Amazon. They're really cheap, so I think it's worth it. Especially there's a lot of holes here to fill. So this horse would probably take you, if you had all the supplies like pre-cut, so it'll take me maybe 10 minutes to cut all the brown. The black, when we do the mane, it's nothing. I think a total of maybe an hour and a half to do the horse, and then I'll show you guys how to do the a funky way to do the bridle and stuff. But you know, you guys, I'm showing you guys the very basic right here to get you started. I know when we started with the flower boards and the character boards, you know, you guys just did some phenomenal stuff. Again, I'm not the world's best wreather, so you guys are much more creative than I am. So I'm going to finish this hole. Now there's this hole here. This hole is going to be used for the mane. So I'm going through the bottom hole. My zip tie head is facing the ceiling. So if it's facing the ceiling all the time, I know it's going to be locked on the back in the correct position. I'm going to take my petal thing formation I just made that's pinched in the middle. I'm going to put it in between these 2 holes. I'm going to go over top, down through the corresponding hole. Okay. Grab the 2 pieces on the 2 pieces on the back of the zip tie, and you're going to zip it. You need to hear that sound. Pull it till it gets to the board, and once it gets to the board, come down with it and pull tight, and it'll pop in the hole. So you're tightening as you're pulling it down, and it fits right into the hole. Okay? Again, this hole is going to be for the main. We're going to use this one for the main, even though it's shared. This one. So I'll explain. I'm going to finish this row off. So I'm going through the back. Now, if you're doing a white horse, so the unicorn, I'm doing on the white side. And pretty much, if you're doing ivory, do it on the white side. Any other color is basically on the brown side. So I'm going through the bottom. Can you guys all see that? Like, do I need to? I think I'd like to cover the back with felt so people won't be able to see it. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that, Christina. You don't need to cover it up. That's why we like it like this, because you don't have to cover it up. If you cut the zip tie tails right close to the head, that head is pretty much in there, and it's not going to scratch a door or anything like pipe cleaners do. Okay, so I'm gone through the bottom hole. I'm going to take another petal or hair. I'm going to go over top and then down through the corresponding hole, lift my frame up. So I do this on my lap. So I don't even have to flip the board over anymore, because once you do it a few times, you don't have to flip it. And as you're pulling, you pop it right to the hole. So it's almost flush. So if you even use smaller zip ties, it'll go like real flush. Now, saying that, the zip ties you want are the 18-pound zip ties. It is very, very light duty zip ties. If you get the heavy duty 8-inch zip ties, the heads are a lot bigger. Okay, and they won't fit in the hole. So, and they're more expensive. So don't buy the big head ones. I think I have a couple of them. Oh, here's some. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so this zip tie is thicker. You can see it's the same length, but compared to, do you see the difference in the two? This is like a 40-pound weight, so it's like more industrial heavy duty, and this is an 18-pound weight, and this is what we want, because we're not holding it, we're just holding some fabric on the board, so we don't need the heavy duty. So, okay, continue this. Wow, 167 people, thank you. Yes, most of you are just, okay, I have to admit, people, you were driving me crazy. I should never have did the sneak peek. That's my bad. But now I'm gonna get in crap from my husband when he comes in and finds out I'm doing a live on the horse, because we're gonna get bombarded with orders, and we're so bombarded already with character and flower boards. Oops. But that will be taken care of very soon. I cannot wait to show you guys what we're up to. But yeah, no sneak peeks. It's just a new manufacturer, and you guys are going to love, love, love. Okay, I'm just going to keep flipping it around so you guys can see what I'm doing. So you guys, the bottom, all of this, that's all you need to do for the bottom. It's exactly what I'm doing right here. And you can see when you flip it over if you've missed any holes, because each set of holes needs to have a zip tie. So I'm on right here. So this is the last part. Once you get to the neck, like the crook of the neck here, this is the last row for the bottom, okay? So that is 36 pieces, and that's one full roll of 6-inch mesh. Okay, so you're just putting it in. You're going to go over top, down, through. Now I've been working on this horse. Like, these things like don't happen overnight. I hope you guys can appreciate it. You guys have probably read my little rant this morning. because I do have a lot of people out there telling me, you know, what's going on, because I haven't been able to follow a lot of things lately. I've just been really busy. Like today was meeting with manufacturing, looking for a bigger space, warehouse space. Yesterday was lawyer and accountants, and it's just, I mean, on Friday was lawyers and accountants, and it was just crazy. So yeah, so I had somebody screenshot something, and it's not the first time that it's been tried, copied, and I don't mind you guys trying to mimic the holes or whatever. You know, if you can do it, go for it. But you just don't go on and blast it on Facebook and stuff, because I have spent way up, probably I'm in the 50,000 mark just for the patents of money that I have spent on lawyers, patents, everything. So this isn't an overnight thing, and this is my idea. I've been working on it for 3 years. So, you know, it kind of gets me a little peeved when I see something like that and somebody's making it look so easy, and it's like, well, no, that was my idea. You would never have thought of it if I didn't come up with the board. So anyways, done with that rant. Okay, so we are finished the bottom. Okay, now we are going to do the horse head, the top of the horse head. And for this, we're not going to do any cutting. I'm going to use just the roll of mesh. Okay, and I'm going to start it off. I've already marked my numbers of how I'm going to go around the horse head. Now, there's probably a better way. I just haven't really concentrated on the whole pattern. So right now, it's just what worked for me. I'm not doing the unicorn the same as this way, because obviously I bought in yards. So I will do a different tutorial on using like ollie fun and stuff. But for this purpose right now, I'm just going to use this burlap. So what I'm going to do is we're starting in number 1 here. And yeah, I'll put some kind of map pattern on for the horse. So I'm going to do a more formal tutorial on the horse, but you guys were really anxious to see it, so even though I was told not to do it. So what I'm doing is at the end of the burlap, okay, I'm just folding it over, and I'm going to scrunch it in the middle. Now this is stiff, but it does do what it's told, okay? So this is another reason I like it. Now it's not the friendliest to work with, but it really works well for what we're doing. So I'm just placing where I pinched it in between that hole. I'm coming over and going around. Now I know it's probably hard to see, but I'm doing basically the same thing as I did with the petal, but it's not pieces. I'll flip it over, and I'm going to zip it up. So once we're done this one, then it's pretty much locked in. So our burlap will not go all over the place. Okay, I made it probably 4 inches. Okay, now here is a trick for doing this, a really easy way. So I know all you wreathers, because I was the same, trying to make your when you're doing a bubble wreath, you get your ruler out and all that kind of stuff to make sure your bubbles are the same length and everything. And of course, I came up with a much simpler way. Yeah, it does look like a nose. So when we get down to this one, it really forms the nose. So when you're done this, you don't see the wreath frame whatsoever. Like looking at this, you can't even tell. Like people would be like really bewildered on how you made this, because it's just so cool. So again, can you imagine this in this material? Like, I cannot wait to start it. Okay, back to this part. So get your burlap loose, and like I said, it's stiff. If you work it a little bit, it softens up a bit. So I'm just going to scrunch it a little bit. You don't have to. Now I'm going to make my poofs 5 inches. So each spot is going to be 5 inches. And what I mean by that is when I gather it, each of the bubbles will be 5 inches long. What I did is I just cut a piece of foam board. Okay, it's thick, but you buy this stuff at the dollar store, and I use it for pretty much everything measuring because I can't be bothered with, you know, rulers and measuring tapes and all that jazz, right? So we got to do this easy, and especially if you're teaching, you don't want to go out and buy a whole bunch of rulers and everything. Just cut pieces because we're going to use each bubble is going to be 5 inches. So you can see my piece is 5 inches. So I'm just going to mark. I think it's 5 inches both ways. Yeah, but I'm going to put 5. Okay, so I know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right here where my zip tie is. Just put it against, pull your burlap, and you're going to rest your hand right on top of that piece, and then you're going to puff it down. Okay, you're going to get your zip tie, and you're going to go through the bottom hole there. Okay, so right there, and I'm going to zip tie over where I just pinched and go down that other hole. Okay, so now as you keep adding bubbles, it's going to hide the zip tie and make a really full face. Uh-oh, Dave's coming in. Shh, hide, pretend you're sleeping. Hi, honey. How's it going? You don't want to come over here.
What?
Or do you want me to show the camera what you look like?
Oh, good God. You on live?
Yeah.
Oops.
I'm doing the horse. Oops. My bad. I love you. I love you. He's not mad. He loves me. Okay. Pull it back. So I'm making sure that my burlap's going the same way. What are you squawking about out there? Oh, that's Mitchell. Now everybody's coming in. So I'm going through the bottom hole, up over top, and down. It's much easier than I'm making it look on the camera because I'm doing this upside down. But that's all there is, guys, to the horse. Oh, and the ear. The ear I'll show you. The ear is just done a little bit differently. And it actually looks like an ear. Oops, that bubble kind of, oh, there we go. If your bubble is a little bit smaller, nice thing with the zip tie, you just have to pull it. Oh, we're at 180 people. Holy moly! I don't need to cut for the top, Paula. I hate cutting anything, so if I can make it without cutting, I do. Where'd my tool go? Here it is. Hi, Bubba. So I'm pulling it. So as soon as my hand hits my little measuring tool, I know that's 5 inches. Bring it down. And you can open up your poofs. Like, you don't have to open up your poofs till you're done. So you can keep them squished. And just always go in the bottom hole. Up and over, down. You love it, Chris? See, this is what I was working on for the longest time, is making sure it was really easy for you guys to make, follow the supplies, that you're not using a lot of supplies. And it, you know, we want to make them affordable, because let's face it, everybody wants to make a little bit of money, especially if you're doing this for a business. So if you have to fork out $60 in supplies, you're going to have to sell your wreath for, like, you know, $120, $180. And there's not a lot of people that are going to spend that on a wreath. Well, maybe the horse, because the horse is so different that people will see, especially horse lovers, because you just don't see that, right? So if they see something horse, it doesn't matter how much it costs, they buy it. So So I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to go down here, then I'm going to come, this hole is going to be for the hanger. So I'm going to come around here, and I'm just following, no, actually I'm coming 10, 11, 12, 13, so I'm coming around and then back down, and then I'm ending right here. So the end will be tucked in all these poops. And then these poops are going to cover these zip ties. So it will look like the head and sorry, I keep banging the table, so my camera keeps bumping around. But the two, like, hair, they jive together once you, it looks really, really pretty. Now you can play around and do your own stuff. Like I said, I'm doing a unicorn, and it's not going to be, the bottom part's going to be the same, but the top is not. Now you can do your bottom part in a bubble technique as well. Like, there's no right or wrong way. This is just, I just wanted to do something really cool. So doing the two different techniques really makes a really nice finished product, and it's not hard. So look, so everything's still nice and neat. Okay. We got nice same bubbles. I love this burlap. I really do. But it even like scratchy, but there's no fibers flying everywhere, and it's not affecting my breathing. So that's why I really like it. The normal burlap really sets out some horrific fibers. So, like I said, I usually do this on my lap, and it's funny to say, but it's much easier doing it on your lap than at a table. What you doing? Lolly's gonna be texting soon to be picked up at the movies. Well, I'm doing a live. I can't pick her up. How are you guys liking this so far? I think the horse frames are going to be $12. Now, don't quote me, because that's just going by what Dave was saying, the time to make it and the materials and everything. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be around 12 bucks, which is not bad. You can, when you finish this, you could probably sell it for $75 and get it no problem, because it is so different. Where's my measuring thing? Okay, you know what? I'm not one to waste people's time. So I am going to do this last one, and I'm going to move on to the mane. Okay, because actually I'll flip around. Once I get up to here, I'm going to start on the mane for you guys, and then I'll do the ear as well, because this is basically the whole horse. It's just these bubbles. There. Now you can see what I was talking about, where okay. So everything hides everything. So you don't see any of the zip ties. This is hard on my back because I'm stretching to get in the camera. The things I do for my people. Darla! I use burlap for the mane as well, Trina. I'm going to show you guys in 2 seconds how to do it. Okay, so I'm at 10. See, it's a good thing I mark my things because I don't pay attention. Like I said, I do it when I'm watching TV, so all I have to do is look down, so I don't really have to pay attention to what I'm doing. Thanks, Tammy Batterson. You know, I hope one day I'll get, did you guys watch Scott last night? He had like 1,200 people watching last night. That's craziness. I hope I get to that point. Although I've only been doing this for 2.5 months. Well, almost, it'll be 3 months. I think on the 8th will be 3 months for us. So I think I'm doing pretty good for 3 months. I'm quite happy. Okay, so you're going to get to the end, and I'm going to come around, and I'm going to go into this one right here. So I'm just going to round it. I'm still going to do 5 inches. But I'm going to come around. Now, just got to flip the board. Keep your burlap nice and loose. And again, you're going to go up through, still through the bottom hole, and always through the bottom hole, over, and then to the top. Now, this side of the horse, you are not going to see a lot of because the mane is going to be there. And this will all get filled in as the bubbles are opened. This is like still folded in half and everything. So as you guys can see, it's, now I'm going to go up here. And you guys can change it up. Like I said, it's not written in stone. What I'm doing is just very basic, just to get you guys started. Oh, I did something wrong there. Oops, I did the bubble the wrong way. You want everything facing outwards. Oh, this is really back-breaking. Scott Waterman, I believe. I just love him. I just love watching him. He's so hilarious. He's got such a good demeanor. Mississippi. Hi, Judy. Okay, so as you can see, we're starting to form. And I'm going over here, and then I'm going to stop over here because the ear is going to be done in a little bit of a different method. So I'm pulling, and I'm going into 13 here. So your poofs are going, when you're around the edge, your poof's going outside. So, because all this is going to be filled in with other, oops, always go through the bottom. So we want our zip ties to be pretty. You can talk. People know. You are. You're so cute. I love my 180. I know, it's more and more. Pretty cool. And then I surprised them with the horse. So I didn't even advertise I was doing the horse, else we probably would have got a lot more people. But that's okay. Because I was going to do Creepella the Clown today. I was scheduled to do it. But like I said, Michelle at Monkey's Creation, she did the clown, Creepella the Clown, and she just rocked that. It was awesome. So I figured I don't need to do it. Hi, Barbara. I know, he's hilarious. I just love him. So these are like not even open. I'm not going to open all of them until the end because as you can see, it's going to start getting really squished. But when you open them, you can kind of form them into an S shape because this is all going to be filled with burlap. Okay, so it's going to use pretty much a whole roll of burlap. Okay, I'm going to stop here, but when you guys are doing it, and I'll put the finished one on later, you're going to go down, keep going down, and then you're going to go down this way, and that way, and then back up that way, and you're ending right here. This will all be filled in with burlap, okay? But I'm going to move on to the mane and the ear before I lose everybody's attention. Oh, I should open this just so you guys can see that it's covered. And I'll show you a quick, easy way to make a bridle. I don't know what made me think of it, but I don't know what makes me think of things half the time at all. So My brain just never stops. Okay, so I'm just going to put this aside, and I'm going to use black. Maybe I should try the yarn. Should I do black or the yarn? Actually, I'll show you guys the black and how to do the burlap, but I think I'm going to finish the actual horse off with the yarn, because I have done the other two horses, like this. I'll pull it. This one, this is all burlap. So I did black and brown combination for this mane, and I added flowers. And of course, you know, you gotta have bangs and everything. And then the other one, the dark brown, I again did all burlap, and then this is all the burlap that we just used. So I'll show you guys how to do the burlap mane. It's a little bit time consuming, so, but I'm going to use this once I've demonstrated how to do the burlap. Yes, it's yarn. It is awesome. Look, it's hair. I wish you guys could see it. It looks like hair. It will look like an actual horse's mane, like once we spread it apart. Anyways, okay, so you're going to take whatever burlap. I like the burlap because it actually, once you take the strands of burlap out, it actually looks like a horse mane too. And it's cheap. Now this is the stiff stuff as well. But you can use any of the stuff. I just kind of like the stiff stuff because of the no fibers. And you should be wearing a mask. Ooh, you guys don't want to see that. You should be wearing a mask when working with burlap. All right, so I am going to make my mane. So the top part of the mane, so we're going to use these holes here. It's going to be a little bit shorter than and go longer as we're going down. So I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to show you how to put the mane, the longer one here, and then the shorter one up here. So what I do is I'm going to do a 20-inch piece of burlap. So I'm measuring it out here. Okay. So there's 10, and then I just flip it over. So there's 20. Oh, they came to life. I forgot they were dead. Okay, so I have a 20-inch piece of burlap. Now, this is great because I know all you people hate fraying, but for our mane, we're going to cut the serged edge of the burlap off. And they're electric scissors. You buy them on Amazon. If you're new, everybody in the group knows I use my electric scissors, and I love them, except when they die. But they stay on a charge for a long time. Like, I can't even remember the last time I charged this thing. They want pizza?
So what would they want on a pizza?
Oh, I would just get cheese and pepperoni.
Sorry,
Okay.
people.
Sorry, he's ordering pizza. Gotta feed the beast. Okay, so I've cut these serged edges off my burlap. I'm going to fold the burlap in half perfectly, and I'm going to cinch it in the middle. So it looks like this when you open it, okay? But I want it over top of each other. And I'm going to clothespin it so it stays where I want it. Yep, clothespins, tell ya. Best thing since toilet paper. Somebody told me I was the best thing since toilet paper. I don't know if that was a compliment or not, but anyways, so what I'm going to use is these outer holes. Now, when you get down further, because the horse is rounded here, in the rounded part, they have holes by themselves, okay? On the upper parts and the lower part, we're going to use a shared hole. So shared hole meaning this hole is being used already by a zip tie. We're going to share it. So that's where I'm going to start the long part of the mane, so the 20 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through that hole, okay, with my zip tie still facing up. So I'm just leaving it like that. I'm going to take that piece of burlap, where'd it go, that I just folded and trimmed the ends off. Okay, and I'm going to put the middle right in the center, right between the hole and the outside of the board. Okay, can you guys see that? So right there is where I'm going to put this. I'm going to go over top of my mesh or burlap. So it's just basically in half, right? So I can see. And then I'm going to zip it. So we're going sideways with the zip tie. Okay, you're going to zip it. You're going to put that down. So you can flip it over. And I need to get that stand thing that Scott's selling. Flip it over, and you're going to zip that, and it's going to pop in the hole as well. I'm going to snip that. Okay, so you're going to do that, the same, exact same thing for this one. So for this one, this one, this one, and this one. Now you can go down further, but once you get to this one, you'll see how long the mane is. You don't want the mane too long. So I've been stopping, so I was doing my long pieces right at the curve of the horse. So right here, right here, right here, right here, and then right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would do 5 of these 20-inch pieces of burlap. Okay, and I would suggest zipping them all in at the same time. So we would do this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, so once they're all zipped in, you're going to flip it over. Now this is where you really want to have a movie or something on. What we're going to do, now that it's in nice and tight, we're going to separate these pieces. So the easiest way to do it is first pull the outside pieces. Okay, pull them and put to the side, and you're going to do it to this side as well. So these pieces that I'm pulling right here, this is what's making the mane of the horse. Okay, so this one's not attached to anything. So these ones that are going horizontal, is it horizontal? Yeah, horizontal, we're going to be throwing those out. So this separates really easy and really fast. But this is why I'm saying you would want to just throw a movie on when you're doing this, or a TV show, and just pluck burlap. Now it's much easier with this stiff stuff. As you can see how fast it's going. So you can just keep going, or another easier way too is I just keep pulling out the sides. So whatever way works for you. I change it up every so often because it gets boring. So this is basically what you're going to do for the whole side of the mane. Pretty easy, huh? Oh yeah, you can add all kinds of Christmas stuff and bells and everything to make a horse for Christmas. Like I added some flowers to my mane. I made a rose parade horse. Okay, and I'm going to pull these. So you can keep tugging because it's in the zip tie and it's not going anywhere. So these long striations are what's going to be staying in the zip tie. So yeah, if you have animals, your burlap pieces like these pieces, they'll be everywhere. Your house will no longer be clean, but at least no fibers are coming off. Now I bought a whole bunch because I have a wholesale account at actual Dries online. So I could buy, because you have to have a minimum amount and stuff like that in a wholesale account. So I could buy a lot of the this burlap. Now where you buy it in stores, I don't know, but normal burlap will work exactly the same. it just will fray a little more, which, you know what, with the horse, it doesn't really matter if it frays. Put the backs together. And I wonder if you put the backs together, it has 3D. It will, because I'm going to do the same. So it's all going to be overlapping. So eventually, if you guys, I'll show this side so you guys can look at my mess. This is what I was, see that where the mane is here. Okay. So when I flip it over, it's all filled in. Now I went right down to the bottom, so that's what I'm saying. You probably don't need to go right to the bottom of the holes. You guys see that? But right here is 10 inches, and then up here I think I did 5 inches, and then 8 inches, and then the rest were 20 inches. Or I mean, 16, then 10, and then 20. So I'm going to continue on with this one so I can finish at least this one. So if you're going to use the yarn, as you can see, the yarn would be much quicker, and I think it's going to look fabulous because it will look like hair. Now I don't know how it will, if it's going to stick to the burlap. I have no clue. But for my unicorn, I found hot pink, turquoise, and light pink burlap. What are you doing, you freak? Okay, look at this, guys. I posted this the other day. So I was in Hobby Lobby, scouring as usual, and this is a table runner, a burlap table runner. It's really long. It is 78 inches long. And look, it's already frayed, starting to fray, right? So we don't even have to do the edges. I'm just going to cut because it is, like I said, 78 inches long and 15 inches wide, which is perfect. And I paid, it was $8 with 65% off. So a couple bucks for this whole roll of like teal colored burlap. And I'm just going to fray it anyway, so it's already started for me. So I got teal, I got light pink, and I got a dark pink one for like, I think $6. So this will probably do about 3 unicorns. So always think outside the box, guys. You need to save money. Think outside the box. Scour the clearance section. That's how you save money. So that unicorn, when I do show you, that unicorn will sell for a lot of money because people will want that for their little girls' rooms. So, okay, so there you go. Look how big, look how nice this is. So you can buy burlap in the section, the fabric section, but when you're not going to get a huge piece like this for $2. So for horses, here we go. Back to get horses. So you just have to get this started. Once you get it started, it's pretty easy. You can do 2 at a time as long as you grab this. The first one goes first, because if you cross over, then you get snagged. So if you grab 2, make sure the first one goes first. Snagged there anyways. Yes, this is not for the faint of heart if you are not a messy person. But this is a great craft. So sit out on your front porch and pull burlap. That way, if there's burlap all over the place, it's outside, it'll blow away. Although I don't think your neighbors would appreciate, you know, stacks and stacks of burlap, but I'm saying if there's a few pieces on the ground. It's pretty easy to collect too, so it just kind of sticks to itself, sticks to the dogs, sticks to clothes, sticks to everything. It's pretty quiet. I guess it's probably not quiet. I just haven't looked up, right? What's going on and what's everybody doing? Yeah, let me use one from birds would love it for there. Oh, for their nest. Oh, yeah. That's a great idea, Brenda. So if you have a bird nest in your tree, go put some in there. My friend Tammy has one at her trailer. She's got a dove with her babies. You see the babies peeking up on the nest. It's so cute. And Mama is like so close by all the time. So yeah, this is boring. It's like watching water boil. But it's not hard, is it? You guys think this is hard at all? Hi, Pearl. We're making a horse, Pearl. And I didn't even advertise it. So those who don't follow, snooze, they lose. Although it stays on my Facebook page, so. And I'll probably embed the video, so I don't have to do this again. Because I was going to do the tutorial and film it and do all this stuff. And I was like, oh, screw it, I'll just do it live. So as you get to the inside there, you don't have to pull it all the way down to the very zip tie because it's going to fold over. So I'm almost, you can even use tweezer to get in there. But anyways, so once you have all your hair, you're going to bring it all forward. And there you go. You have a part of the mane. So you're going to put here, 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 and here. So you can see how it's all going to fold over top of each other and make a like a large looking mane. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to do the shorter one. Now I'm just going to put it in because you guys really don't need to see me taking all these pieces out again. It's pretty easy. And if you need to see it again, rewind when I'm done on the replay. Okay, so this one, I'm up at the head. This hole, I'm going to use at 16. Oh my God, my back. Oh my God, I can't move. Okay, so this one I'm going to do 16. And then the very top one I'm going to do at 10. So it's just a little bit shorter. So I'm going to fold it at 8. Fold it over. I got to be the messiest crafter out there. Hi, Debbie. We're making a horse. And my electric scissors are dead. They come to life. Okay, so I'm cutting off the edge. So if you're going to try and when you're trying to separate it, if you don't take the serged edge off the burlap, it's going to be really, really hard. Now, if you forget and you have already zip tied it in, you can still cut the edge off without taking it out of the zip tie, but it's much easier to cut it when it's not in the zip tie. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to see it. It's just going to look like hair. Electric scissors are so much easier and faster. Right, Pearl? Do you love your electric scissors, Pearl? Creative people are seldom tidy. That is so true. I am the messiest crafter ever. And I did make myself a sign about being messy and creative. I'll have to post it. I put it in my office downstairs. Okay, so this is a little shorter. So this is only 16 inches. So I pinched it in the middle and take my zip tie. I'm going to close pin it because if I let go, I'll have to start it all again, and I'd rather not. So I need to save. I would like to save time. Time is money. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to use a shared hole right here. So again, I'm going to go through the hole and come up the zip tie. So the zip tie is at the side. I'm going to take my folded in half piece of burlap that's pinched in the middle. I'm going to put it between the hole I just put the zip tie in and the edge of the board and zip it in. Okay, you can flip it over. Oh gosh, this is hard in the back. and it's going to go right into the hole. And then you start the process all over. That's why I said put all your burlap in all the way down. So put them all in your holes. So I'll put another one in here. You can put one there. I wouldn't, just because you won't need it because they'll all fall on top of each other. So you'll put one here, 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 and here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one right up here, this one's only going to be like 10 inches long. So fold it in half for 5 inches. Okay, because we want shorter to longer. So, and I'll put it on a pattern when I do it. So 10 inches, 16, and then the rest 20. Okay, and that's why I said do it all, and then sit back, put your feet up, grab a coffee, and start pulling out burlap all the way down. You're going to have a big hot mess, but it cleans up easy. Okay, so that's how you do the mane on the side. And then the mane on the head, I'm going to have to flip this upside down, is basically the same. So I'm going to do only 10-inch piece for the two ones on for his bangs, because they're just short. And then if it's some pieces are long, I trim his bangs too. Okay, so you fold it in half. So I'm just folding it 5, so it's going to be 10 inches long. My dog is female and air humping me. Gotta love that. Lady, stop. So again, you're doing exactly the same. Okay, you're just going to cut down the side of the burlap. Now you can decide where you want to put bangs. I usually just put it in this little, there's a little curve right there, and that's where I put it in these 2 outer holes. So you're doing the same. You're going to go through that hole. Now this hole will be shared, and then you're going to put this just over top, just like that. Zip it. Now you could use, if you're using black, you can get black zip ties. I know at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, they actually have a whole container full of different colored zip ties, but you're still not going to see this. So you're just going to flip it over, zip it, pop it in the hole. And then you're going to start pulling out burlap like you did over on the mane. Yes, she's feeling much better, Barbara. She goes for her next x-ray on the 20th. So cross her fingers that she's fine. She seems to be okay. She doesn't shut up. So, but we'll see. She's done all her medicines and everything. So anyways, so once you're done you're pulling your burlap apart, you're going to start do the ear. Okay, so you can put 2 pieces here, you can put 3 pieces, you can put like brown, ivory, and then brown again, so it looks like it has like a white patch or whatever you want. You guys can be really, really creative. So I'm just going to put this to the side. Now I will post a picture later on of it finished so you guys can see, but I don't want to waste time. It's already been an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, so now, oh my gosh, my back. I need 1 piece of the burlap. Where is it? I know I cut some extra. Hold on. I'll just cut another piece. So for the ear, I am going to cut a 6-inch by 6-inch piece. Now, the ear is the only thing that's a little bit different than the rest of the horse. It's very simple though. So for the ear, you are going to put your 6 by 6 piece in a diamond shape. Okay. You are going to fold that diamond shape. You're going to fold from corner to corner. Okay. So you got this type of formation. Okay. And you can fold it down. Now this is the stiff stuff. Then you're going to take this corner and you're going to bring it down. You guys see where I'm going with this, don't you? Down there. And then you're going to take this corner and you're going to bring it down. What's it starting to look like, folks? Yep, that's right. In here. Okay, so I'm going to just to clip this, and so I can get my frame, and I don't want it to come apart. So now you see two little holes here. Now they're down further in for the ear, and I'll show you why. You are going to go up through the bottom. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Rewind. That's my rewind. You are going to take a small zip tie, or if you're still using 6-inch, it doesn't matter. Okay. You got your thing. You're going to pinch the bottom of this envelope type formation. You're going to wrap a small zip tie, or you can still use the larger one, whatever you have on hand. I have some 4 inches here. And you're going to zip. This is stiff. Now it's much easier than I'm making it look right here. Okay. Did Lauren text you?
No.
Oh. Where are you going?
Pizza.
Oh, pizza. Okay. So I got a zip tie on the bottom, and it's got this ear shaping looking thing, right? Right. Okay. So with the folded side, so you this envelope side, you're going to take your zip tie with the flat side facing to this towards the ceiling, and you're going to stick it in between the zip tie. And I probably did this too tight. Leave a little bit of play. So you this envelope side. Yes, turn me off, honey. Of course, I did this way too tight. Am I going to have to do rewind again? I think I am. There's no mistakes in crafting, though. Okay, let's do this again. This time I won't do it so tight. And it's not hard like I'm making it look, trust me. Okay, so it's not as tight now. So I'm going to take my zip tie with it facing to the ceiling, and I'm going to put it through there, just like that. Okay, can you guys see that? The zip tie, I've just fed it through the small zip tie that I put around the bottom of this spade looking shape. It looks like a spade. I'm going to tighten the small zip tie now, really tight. And I'm going to clip the little zip tie off. So now what I'm going to take my frame. And I am going to put each end, the head and the tail end, through each hole. And pull it. And you're going to zip it up. Hit the board and pull it tight. I'm going to cut off the tail.
Yeah, it's like that one with the word and the horse wreath. It's not up till Friday.
No, it won't be up till Friday. Now, when I open this, this is like half opens here, this bubble. Now, when I do the ear, I do put some hot glue. I don't have my hot glue gun on, but I put some hot glue just down the center, and then I just press it down so the ear doesn't move. Okay, now you can make it probably a little skinnier or whatever, but when you open this up, all these bubbles, you won't see the zip tie down here, and you won't see this V part. You'll just see the ear. See how full it is when you pull it open? That's why don't sit at a table and do this. Like literally, get comfy, put your jammies on, and make horse wreaths. Put a movie on. Probably do 2 horses in 1 movie. Okay, so you guys see where I'm going. Now this would be here. So you can see that it looks like an ear. Mine's a little more pointier than I would like it, but you get the gist. You can cut that off and everything. Okay, so that is the ear. We did the mane. I am going to show you guys, I have to show you guys the wool for the mane. I'm just too curious. I have to see. I'm going to cut the wool the same distance I cut the burlap. So I'm going to take my rolled wool. This stuff is freaking awesome. Oh, it's also messy. Oh, I've been playing with it too long. I'm just going to cut some off here. Okay. I was spreading it apart and everything. Okay, so look at this. Is this not amazing or what? All right, so I'm going to make it 20 inches. So I'm just going to fold it over because my mat's not 20 inches. So
How much are you selling the horse board for?
I think, did we decide on $12?
Yes.
Was it $12? Okay, I think it's $12.
Quite a bit more work than the
Yeah, I told them it was a lot more work. Okay. Oh, it's also a lot bigger too.
Yeah.
Now shipping, I can't tell you guys what shipping is going to be because I have no idea. It weighs a little bit more. If we can figure out how to ship them in the envelopes that we use, the expansion envelopes, we're going to try that because once you start shipping in a box, that's a whole nother ballgame. Okay, so I'm going to go over.
Yarn at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, I got it at Hobby Lobby. There's all different colors. I just happen to really like this color. I think I might have to use, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do one piece here and let's see what it looks like. So I'm just zipping it in.
Are you experimenting live?
I am experimenting live. You guys are seeing it right in front of your eyes. So this is what I sit and do all day long. Like probably most of you. I sit and just play. But I like to think outside the box because thinking outside the box is what excites people and what makes money because it's different.
That's what you get for watching Scott so much.
What?
Sit there and experiment.
Yeah. All right, 10. This stuff is so soft
Can
too.
you give us a hint of what's to come, please? Please. Oh, such a big surprise.
What's to come?
Somebody's asking what's to come. Give us a hint of what's to come.
I don't know. I just can't. Because then you guys will drive me crazy.
The evolution of unique in the creative.
Yeah. You'll make my emails and everything explode. Oh, I'm doing this in my lap here. I forgot I'm on live. So used to doing it on my lap.
The things we have planned everybody will just love it.
Yes, you guys, well, I'm sure you guys like a lot of the stuff we're doing. So
It just gets better.
it's just going to get better. Because we are, oh my gosh, you guys. Now I sound like Scott for real. Okay, this is 2 pieces that I've put in so far. And I am going to start spreading it apart.
Christina is just dying.
Who's dying? Don't die.
Christina hearing, please, a little one hint.
Oh, look at this.
Maybe you do.
Oh my God. Oh, this is the way to go, people. For quick horse wreaths. Look, no pulling burlap. I should have got a darker color, but this is some like neutral with the red,
Dog forms and
Right.
reindeer.
What? Who said dog forms and reindeer?
The other thing-
What about a Christmas tree, honey?
I
What?
like the reindeer thing though.
Okay, you can trim. Look at this. This is only 2 pieces of this stuff, people. Like, look how thick this roll is. We're talking lots of horses, and I'm going to continue down. You guys want me to continue down? I'm going to continue down. I got to see what this is going to look like.
I'd like to start production of Wreath Wars.
Wreath Wars. Who wants to Wreath Wars? You?
I want to do a Wreath Wars.
Yeah, Dave wants to do a program called Wreath Wars.
And
You know, like a bake-off?
And get Scott as the host.
Scott's going to be the host. Wouldn't that be awesome? I think you should do it, honey. Some of these wreath people, they're just, woo! They can rant and rant and rant.
Where did you get your Hobby Lobby?
Hobby Lobby, and it is called, I had this, here comes the messy crafter. It was $9.99. I used my 40% off coupon. It's called Showstopper Sandpiper Store. I don't know what it is. It's really, really fine like hair. But like I said, they had other colors. There was like a gray mix. So like a black horse with a gray mixed mane. Oh my gosh. It's almost like a, look at my table. I'm not a messy crafter at all, am I, honey?
Oh, no.
I'm not a very good videographer either. Okay. I need to move on to the bridle because I'm tired. But
next time, don't wear white while you're trying to do
I know. Well, I
color.
did have shorts on, people, but you could see my fat, chubby legs because I'm sitting at my coffee table. So I didn't want you guys to see my
angel wings. That's a good idea, but they're kind of
intricate.
Yeah, they're intricate.
Okay. So as you can see, as you go down further, it just keeps getting longer. So everything will go on top of each other. You just put it over top of your burlap as you're going down. So I've only put 3 pieces in. So I'm just going to stop right there, but I'm going to put more down the sides. I'm going to, you can see where I've done. I'm going to do right here, right here, right here. And then I'm going to do some up here, just shorter pieces. And I'm going to do 2 pieces for bangs. So kind of at this little bump here. That's why I got Dave to make a little bump here. So I kind of knew where to put the bangs for the horse. But you guys can put them wherever. Look at this. This is way better than burlap, hun. And it's not messy. And it's so soft. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see it, hun? How nice it is? But if you can, once you start spreading it apart, you guys can see this.
What color? That color would look great with the chocolate brown.
Yeah, I know. I ran out of dark brown burlap. But yes, or even the caramel color blanket thing I bought. Anyways, okay, so that's the mane, and then you'll do the bangs. So we're almost done the horse. Now, you can make your bridle out of pretty much anything. I just wanted to show you guys a really cheap way that I did it. I did it with tulle. Now, tulle is very inexpensive. There's every color. You can get it in sparkly. You can get it, you know, you can get all kinds of stuff. This is just a plain red tulle. Okay. Now, I'm not a horse person, so I actually had to look up where a bridle thing would go. I think it's called a bridle. So a piece went across here, and then it connected to here, and then another piece went behind the ear. Okay, so right now I'm just going to show you how I made the braided one that went right here. So I'm measuring with just, it's on the roll still. This is a 12-inch roll, I guess, but you can use any. I'm just going to measure how much I need. So I'm going to need this big of a piece. So this long. Oh, it's stuck to everything. The wonders of tulle. Okay, so I got this long. So I'm going to fold this 3 times its length. And then I'm going to cut it. Here's your pizza. Holy, how much do you guys order? Okay, so I have 3 pieces. So you guys can see that. I'm going to snip the sides of the folded piece. Okay, I'm going to take my 3 pieces, fuzz, and I'm going to put a clothespin at the top. Okay, you guys see where I'm going with this right now, right? Right. I'm going to braid this. Now, you can use tape. You can tape it down to your table, which is probably easier. You guys don't even want to know where I put the clothespin when I was braiding it. It's an orifice on my face. I'm going to do it right now and braid fast. Except it came out of my clothespin. There you go. Yeah, yeah. You guys see it firsthand. A crazy crafting lady.
Okay, thanks. No.
Okay. Good. Another clothespin. Oh, I didn't do very good braiding, but you guys got it. I'll put it back down. So I braided it. Now you can tie it off, or I just got a small, of course, zip tie. And zip tied the ends off. You don't know why what?
I'm just reading comments of people doubting your patent.
How are they doubting my patent?
Because they don't see a number listed, and if you've only been doing it for 2.5 months.
Oh no, I've been in process with this for 3 years.
I just said, I don't understand why people just, you know.
You know what? You can trust me, or you can try and copy it, and you just get a slap from my lawyer. That's all. Anyways, who's saying that?
Oh, it's not on your live. It's just on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Trust me, people. I don't need to show the paperwork, and I don't need to show the number, but it's there. Okay, so what you're going to do is when you're finished braiding this part, you can flip it over. You can zip tie it into these 2 holes again. Now, these will have zip ties in it already, but you can zip tie this way. What the other horses I did, I just hot glued them because I used that Gorilla Glue, hot glue, so it stays pretty well. So I put some hot glue there, put the tool over top, and just held it with my scissors. Or you can just get your clothespin and hold it with your clothespin, put some hot glue, hold it with your clothespin so you don't burn yourself. And let's pretend they're glued because I didn't put my glue gun on. Okay. So that's that part. And then I did the same. So this is going to, so it's going to go, how did I do that? Okay. So it goes from under the chin to behind the ear. So under the chin to behind the top of the ear is about this long. So again, I'm going to do 3 pieces. Now you guys can probably find all kinds of things to do. For this one, oh my gosh, this one. Okay guys, this is how frugal I am. Okay, you guys see this one? See how I have this circle, how cool this looks? Now this is this blanket thing. Okay, this is how frugal I am. So this white ribbon, you guys see this one? See the ribbon that's wrapped around the blanket? Looks familiar? So I used the ribbon that I had that was wrapped around the blanket. Waste not, want not. Now this ring was attached to this flower, and it was also in the spring clearance section as a napkin ring holder. Okay, so I took the flower off this ring. So I guess you would put the napkins through here and then the flower would be on top. Yeah, not for my purposes. I took the flower off the ring as carefully as I could without ruining the ring. And I used the ring up here, and I put the flower down here, and I just wrapped ribbon around the ring and came down this way, wrapped it and hot glued it around and went down this way, and then went up this way. So it actually looks like a horse's bridle. Pretty clever, huh? So I think this napkin ring was 50 cents. So yeah, outside the box, people, thinking outside the box. All right, so the easier way to do this too is just tie a knot at the top. There we go. And then you can tape it to your table or board or in your mouth again. I know you guys. Crafting 101. People joining in are like, what is this crazy woman doing with her mouth? Now, I wouldn't do this if I was selling it to somebody.
What time Friday can I place my order?
Oh, I have no idea. Okay. So there we go. I'm not a very good braider upside down, but you can then zip tie it or knot it. I like zip ties for everything. Just so much easier. Okay, so you would snip off this part close to the zip tie, and you snip off this, so you make, okay, of course you guys will do better than mine, but I'm just showing you. You stick this under, so of course you would hot glue it, so put a little bit of hot glue, put it under without burning yourself, and clothespin it together. No, this one is for under the chin. Duh. Oh, I didn't make it long enough. Make sure you make it long enough. Give yourself. Oh, is he live?
No.
Anyways, I should have made this longer. I forgot to give some leeway for the braiding, but it's tool, so it'll stretch. So you guys get it. So there's that. And then I think I used, you know what, as I'm looking at this, I used 6 pieces. So 2 pieces of tulle per braid, because see how thick this is? That's right. So I would use 6 pieces and then 2 pieces in each braid to make it thicker. And if you want it even thicker, you can use 3 pieces. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. So anyways, this is just a demo. So you're going to do around underneath the chin, behind the ear, and then you're going to do another one from about here to underneath the nose part. Okay? So again, just hot gluing. And then where this part is right here, you can put a nice flower or something decorative, some gold or something, you know, whatever you have lying around. Even a dollar store flower would make it look pretty, or just leave it plain and people can add whatever they want to it when they buy the horse. So I think that's all I need to show you guys for right now. And it's just like the basic of the horse. God, I love this wool. It is so cool. Anyways. Oh, me again. So that is the gist of the horse. Now, like I said, do whatever you want, whatever colors. You can use whatever material. I'm using all kinds of fun material. Just remember to think outside the box. I've given you guys the tools. Oh, wait, you got to see this. Okay, now it's standing up. Now this is just 3 pieces, keep in mind. So this will keep going down and down. How cool. Actually, I probably would give it a little trim and make it like a V going down. So after I add all the wool, my pieces of wool, I'm going to give it a haircut to make it nice and even. But what do you guys think? Now I need to go back and buy the rest of the colors. Now they're going to be selling out of this wool. So that is the horse, what you guys were waiting for. So, oh my gosh, my back is killing me. I'm looking at my computer right now. I'm going to pull it in front of me. I gave you guys a lot of information, and like I said, it was a very impromptu live. So I'm sure lots of people, you guys were lucky that you caught my live alert to let you know. Is there any questions that you guys have for me while I'm looking at my computer? You're welcome, Brenda. You know me, I love to share. Yeah, the lives are hard on my back because, like I said, I always sit back with in my recliner with my feet up and everything when I wreath. So sitting forward, it just kills me. But it's the only way I can do a live is on a table so I can face the camera down and everything. So nobody has any questions. All right, I got lots of hearts. So I'm going to try and have it on the website for Friday. Again, keep in mind when you're ordering it, I'm going to put it on the website too, that there is no guarantee day. Like it's not going to be, you know, 3 days. It may be 1 day it'll get out. It depends on our workload between the character boards and the frame, the flower frames is when the horse is going to be cut out. We were talking with a new manufacturer, so the things are going to be a little quicker, well, a lot quicker. So once we get the new manufacturing going, the horses will be coming out a lot faster, as well as our other stuff that's coming out. And that's my phone. Lady's lying on my phone. That's Lolly. Okay, so that's the horse. I'm going to finish it up, and I'll post a picture when I'm done having iced coffee at 10 o'clock at night. And yeah, there's no questions. So do you guys like it? It's pretty cool, eh? You think it's pretty easy? I'd love to see your comments on if you think it's easy. Do you think it's doable, workable? Yeah, I'd love to hear any comments that you guys have for me. Oh, my coffee's done. Yeah, all different colors will be really cool. You can mix it up and make a modeled one. I think, what's that called? Where it's gray, black, gray, black. You know, you can put spots of gray pieces into.
There's a limit on the horses.
There will be at the beginning, for sure. We don't want somebody ordering 100 of them, and then nobody else can get one. So for the beginning, it's going to be a little bit of a slower process. Come August, it's going to be a lot faster. So I promise. So for Christmas, like our main thing is getting all set and all our ducks in a row by the end of August for sure. Production, shipping, everything. Because Christmas, we all know, come September, it is going to be crazy. So we know that. I am. Where are you go? Oh, you're going to pick her up? Thanks, Bubby. What will use the horn for the unicorn? I'm actually going to show you how to make a horn. I made a horn. If you guys scroll through pictures, you'll see a monster. My one-eyed, one-horned giant purple people eater. One-eye, one-horned giant. We wear short. He thinks I'm retarded. Anyways, my purple people eater, you'll see I made a horn. And I'm going to show you guys how to make that horn. Not as big, though. I made that purple people eater with the flower wreath frame and purple boas, feather boas. Very easy. Just zipped in all the way around. So you don't even see the zip ties, and it just fills in, and then I put a big eye on it. And a mouth. I did a mouth. I Mod Podged a mouth on. Just printed it. Yeah, so the horn. But I also bought these cute little horns from China. I bought a whole bunch. And they have two ears and a gold horn. And they got all these little flowers on it. I cut it and had one ear and the gold horn. And I've already pre-did it on the unicorn just to see what it would look like, and oh my god. So I think I bought like 200 of them from China. So if it's going to work, I will put them on the website. I kind of knew it was going to work, so that's why I bought so many, because I pretty much, I just don't know how my brain works. I just think of things and whatever. Anyways, I am supposed to be going on vacation on Friday. Supposed to be going down to Nova Scotia. Yeah, not sure if it's happening. I was going for like a memorial type thing, and things came up with my friends. So yeah, I have plane tickets still. I have a car booked still, and I have the bed and breakfast booked. So I might scoot down for 3 or 4 days, but I'm not going to stay for the full week. I will just, me and Lolly will just come back early. I don't know. So I rented like a convertible Mustang. So you can just picture me and Lolly in a convertible Mustang driving down the ocean, maybe the Cabot Trail in a Mustang. Thelma and Louise. I do need a rest. I really do, Barbara. I'm burning out, but I have so many ideas. My brain just does not stop. It doesn't stop. I'm up till 2 in the morning almost every night, and I'm back up at like 7, 8 o'clock again. It's just not enough time in the day to get things done. Once things are settled and everything's out, I will be able to rest a little bit. But for now, when you ask questions, I'm pretty much the only one that really knows the answers, you know. And what was that about?
I'm the only one that posed the question answers.
I need whatever you're having. It was iced coffee. Okay, people, I'm going to go because before these piglets eat all the pizza on me and then Wally comes home from the movies. What?
I said we can get you.
No, you got me Parmesan bites, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, I'm starving. Okay.
Can you show the label that was on the burlap?
Burlap. Yes, I'm going to be putting some. Like I said, I bought a whole bunch when I bought some. This is what it is. This is the burlap made by Doris. It's called Burlap Accents. It's 6 inches by 5 yards. You can buy any type of burlap. So even the stuff at Hobby Lobby or whatever, there's all different kinds of colors. I just happen to like this one because it's stiff. It's like really stiff. It's actually itchy, not itchy, it's like scratchy, but it lays nicely and it doesn't fray as much. But with doing the horse, it doesn't really matter if it frays because the fray gives it more of a rustic look, right? And then you can trim off those frays. And once you stop touching it, it stops fraying. So yeah, you don't even worry about fraying and stuff like that. You can definitely do the horse with deco mesh if you want. Like, you can use everything. So play around, use what you have. Use blankets like I am cutting. Yeah, take a break, not worth it. Yeah, sometimes. But when I'm really excited about my business and I'm really excited about everything.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking that it's been so many years since something new is coming on in the wreathing world. This patent thing has just completely confused everybody.
Yeah.
It seems to have.
Yeah. So, yeah, the patent thing, because there's been quite a bit of stir about it. Just to be clear, we have a patent on the utility patent. So that is the frame. It doesn't matter what it's made out of. It's just the frame and what goes on the frame. Okay. The design patents, we have design patent on all of them. Even though I just started the horse a couple months ago, I had the drawings in like a year and a half ago. So the design patent is patents on the actual pattern of the hole. So that can't be copied. Doesn't matter what material is used, that actual pattern cannot be used. Okay, it took a lot of time to figure out where to put. It does look like it's just a bunch of holes, but as you guys can see, those bunch of holes makes all kinds of flowers. You can make pretty much any flower out there with just these sets of holes and stuff. And same with the horse. Okay, the horse, I had to tweak a few things, but there's a lot of thought that goes into that. So there is design patent and there is utility patents, okay? So just to be clear about that, we've spent over $50,000 on patent stuff. That's not including the lawyers. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm not going to tolerate any kind of infringement. It doesn't matter if you're using plastic mesh or whatever. I'm pretty laid back, as you guys can all tell, but I put my heart and soul in this, and I've been designing this for 3 years, and I've been teaching with it for 2 already. Just because it's only 2-3 months old to you guys, it's not here in Canada, okay? So I had to go through the Canadian patent, I had to go through the US patent, and I had to go through the international patent. So I've covered all my bases, and I had to do all that before you guys could actually even see it. So I'm watching all these Wreathing things for the past 3 years, watching all these lives and everything, and people struggling or whatever, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, if they only knew what I had, but I couldn't, you know.
What is a utility patent?
It is, I don't know the actual definition. You can look it up. It's the design, like, oh, yeah, you can look it up at the Wikipedia. It's actual, the apparatus part of the frame. So if you even the wire frame, there's a patent on the wire frame. And we know that because we searched all the different frames. Well, I didn't, but the patent lawyer did, but searched all the frames up and did. And good information was that the wire wreath frame that is known right now that people are using, the green one with the 3 things, that was like invented in 1920. Then came the work frame. So that's just pretty much the same steel frame, just with twists on it. And so that was a few years later. But other than that, besides grapevine and everything, there hasn't been anything. So when I was teaching and using the green frame, I was struggling to show people how to do it because it's really, really hard, especially deco mesh. And if you guys have done it before, you know what I'm talking about. And to try and teach people, okay, and try and point to a part on the wire wreath frame of where to put something when you're standing in front of an audience of, like, say 20-30 people, it's not easy. So when I got frustrated, I came home and said, Dave, you know, there's got to be an easier way. So I was on the search to find something that was, there has to be something easier, and there wasn't. So I said to Dave, you know what, I'm going to find something, I'm going to make something, I'm going to design something that I can teach people to use deco mesh and teach people to make, you know, sunflowers or whatever. And that's when I started I have a book about this thick of different drawings and different materials we've used, and we've tried all this stuff. And yeah, so there's been a lot into this.
I know there's a lot of confusion on things like the digital
Okay.
prints. Once you get the digital prints, you own it.
Yes. Okay.
You can't resell it, but you can use it.
Okay. The digital prints for the faces of the characters. Now, you can glue signs to the middle if you want. You can paint your own faces on the middle if you want. I just was omitting the actual step of having to secure a sign to the middle of a frame. Okay, you guys all know what we're talking about. It was like impossible to teach anybody. So when I was doing the frame, the first frame I did do was the flower frame. Okay, that was the very first frame I came up with. And when I was thinking about doing a sign, putting a sign into the center, I was just, you know, staring at my board, and I thought, omitting some of the holes will give us a solid surface. And I could Mod Podge anything to the center with just paper. So, you know, that's where it came up, where I started doing like, and the digital images, I designed all the digital faces that you guys see on the website. So I personally designed them. That way there wasn't any copyright or anything like that. So, and that's why I sell them. I sell them very cheap. Now they're only $4. That $4, you can print as many of those faces as you want. Once you buy it, you can print 100, you know, Santas if you want. The only thing you can't do is resell the digital print. Okay. Now how to do the printing. Now I do have a laser printer and I could do them at home on 11 by 17 paper. But it's so much cheaper just to send the file to Staples, which is maybe 10 minutes away from me. They print it beautifully. Now it has to be on a laser because if you try and use an inkjet, when you put the Mod Podge on, that ink is going to smear. So the laser is actually burned right in to like the paper, right? So that ink is not going to go anywhere. So you just Mod Podge it right onto the center of your board. And then you do all your stuff around it. So you're omitting having to wire a sign. You're omitting having to buy a sign and waiting for somebody to paint it if you're not a painter or whatever. And I'm going to have, now I don't have time. I do have more digital images I'm going to be putting on the website, but I'm going to do it slowly. I am reaching out to actual digital artists to see if they'd like to join in and make signs for my frame. So you guys will have a lot more variety than what I can provide you, because I'm not a digital artist or anything. You know, I can make cutesy stuff, but if I could find somebody that can actually just focus on making these signs for our frames, that would be awesome. You can use Mod Podge. You can also use, it's called, you can buy it in any of the home hardware stores and stuff like that. It's a cellulose adhesive. It's basically wallpaper paste, and it comes in a quart, and it's cheap. I've used that for the longest time. And for my demonstrating purposes, I show you guys with Mod Podge, especially the outdoor Mod Podge, because it does have that seal, and it will be weatherproof and yada, yada, yada. So because it's readily available, Mod Podge is everywhere, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, whatever. But you can use wallpaper glue. It's called cellulose adhesive. Like I said, it's a big quart, and you get the whole quart is like $12. And it also seals it and everything too. But so yeah, any kind of wallpaper stuff, and it'll say, you know, water resistant and stuff like that. So that's what you want, because it is only paper, okay? And it's varying from 60 cents to $1 something per sheet, depending where you are, like where you live and where you're sending it and stuff. But still, that's pretty cheap for a sign for the middle of the wreath. So yeah, so that's where that idea came from. And then, you know, just taping in the lights. You guys have probably seen my lives. I just scotch tape the lights in because they're going to be zip tied in anyways once we put the deco mesh in. So, you know, you really do not need to dance. People are... Thanks, Joanne. I'm not defending myself. I'm just stating fact, okay?
It's like any other pattern.
Yeah. Like everything, somebody had to invent the Dixie cup. Somebody invented the zip tie. You know, because it's a unique idea, a different idea, somebody had to think of that idea. You know, and just because somebody thought of it, you can't just take it upon yourself and say, oh, I like that idea, I'm going to start doing it. No, it just doesn't work like that. Now, if there wasn't patents and stuff, all that legal stuff, then yeah, you can... you know, you can fight with the person on email or anything, but once you have a patent, you do have a leg to stand on, and you have legal rights. So that is why inventors do this patent stuff and pay all this money to protect themselves, because people will steal it. You know, my big thing was, you know, one of the big wigs coming along, and because it is a great idea, and you know, we're looking at other things with it, and yeah, they would have no qualms of stealing it. So I had to protect myself. So, and it's taken a while to do that, but it's out there now, and you guys are enjoying it. Yes, thanks, Debbie. Rose gold deco mesh. I think I bought some rose gold deco mesh at Craft Outlet. Yeah, Craft Outlet. I like Craft Outlet, Paper Mart, Paper Mart shipping is a little more expensive, but their mesh is really cheap, and it's actually good quality mesh. So when you add on the shipping to the mesh, it's still really cheap. Okay, so when you look at the bigger picture and break it down, you're still only paying less than $3 a roll. So it's still much cheaper than Craft Outlet, even though Craft Outlet, you know, after $69, it has free shipping. So, yeah. Oh, you're quite welcome, Carolyn. I do like to share. You know, like I said, we sell the boards, but I'm selling the idea as well. Like I want to teach some, and I love teaching. And if you guys can benefit from it, that is like my main goal. So if you guys can make a horse for 20 bucks and sell it for 70, like, go for it. You know, I love that. That's my main goal.
Or make your own design.
Oh yeah, like if the flower wreath frame, there is so much options. I know a lot of you are making your own flowers. What I do is I actually pull up a picture. When I was working on the rose and stuff like that, the rose I've done probably, it's been about 2 years I've been playing with it. I just pulled up a real rose and played around with deco mesh, folding it different ways, all kinds of different stuff and just zipping it in. If it didn't look right, I took it out, because with our system, you just snip the zip tie, right? So there's no untwisting and trying to dig through and everything. Just snip it and start all over again. Yeah, you can create your own stuff. And then once you create your own stuff, then if you want to sell a tutorial for that certain thing, go for it, you know?
That's the thing people are confused about. It was your tutorial. The fact is that you came up with that design. That's why.
Yeah, that's why I sell like a couple of the tutorials.
That doesn't mean other people can't make their own design to sell.
Yeah, you can, you know, I sell those few tutorials because they did take me a long time to make, and they're different, and you know, my time is worth something. Like, I can't do everything for free because I got to keep this business afloat somehow. And I try and do as much as, like the horse, I could have very well sold the horse tutorial, no problem. But I didn't want to do that. So it's just, you know, it is what it is. If you make your own flower and you come up with a huge new design, you know, I've only tapped into a few different flowers. Come up with something different. Use different materials. Like I said, think outside the box, and that's what sells. Different sells.
What time of day or day do you find what's best for teaching a class?
I usually taught classes on a Thursday or Friday night. Now, I did what I called Cocktails and Create. So I rented a Legion where they had a bar that was a cash bar. So people could have girls' nights and have some wine and make a wreath. And I started, I think, around 6:30. Pretty much every workshop started around 6:30, and it ended around 9:30, 10. You know, people were done around 9 o'clock by the time I finished talking and stuff like that. But I never pushed anyone out the door because, you know, they were there to have a good time and have a few drinks and stuff. So I would usually be done about 10 o'clock. So, and then, you know, my crew would come in, clean up, and that was, yeah, my crew, my husband and my son come in. They would come set up for me, and then they would come clean up, and I would just have to teach it. So, check Trendy Tree too. Trendy Tree has lots of great mesh, as well as the Wreath Shop. I've used the Wreath Shop, I've used Trendy Tree, I've used Craft Outlet, the Tool Shop, Paper Mart. Paper Mart seems to be my favorite, and the Tool Shop. But there's all kinds out there. I never buy mesh from Hobby Lobby. Well, I shouldn't say never. I bought 2 rolls of green mesh that was on sale, really cheap, and God, it's just horrid. It just sprays. Do not spend your money on that stuff. It's just awful. Yeah, just do yourself a favor and buy it online. You get better quality. Anyways, okay, guys, I'm going to go. I'm quite tired. So I hope you enjoyed this and learned a little bit, because that's what I like to. I like people to learn. And I will keep keeping on and making new stuff. And keep sending me your pictures and posting your pictures and sharing my page and all that great stuff. And hopefully I'll see some of you at the convention. I'm so excited. I can't believe little old me got invited.
How long have you been teaching involved with wreaths?
How long have I been teaching what?
And involved with wreaths.
I've been making wreaths for a long time. Okay, so I started just making burlap wreaths and selling them. Well, not first, it was giving them away to all my friends, and then I started dabbling in selling them online, like Facebook or whatever. Never had an Etsy store or whatever like that. And then nobody wanted my wreaths anymore. So I thought, well, because everybody had one, I thought, well, I'm just going to go teach other people. So I started teaching the burlap wreaths. Well, they're easy, but they're not easy to teach. And that's where the whole, and then people, after they made a couple burlap wreaths, they got bored and they wanted the shiny, pretty stuff. Well, the shiny, pretty stuff was the deco mesh. And that started the journey on the trying to figure out how to teach for deco mesh. And that's what we came up with, what I came up with, what we have now. Oh, Denise, you're going to the convention. Yes. So, yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can't believe it. And somebody had said something about, you know, the whole speakers, all the speakers, it's just a popularity contest and stuff like that. I don't know. I heard squabble or whatever. I try not to involve myself in stuff like that. But I kind of chuckled to myself when, you know, I heard that and Scott had already invited me. And it's like, it's nowhere near like any kind of competition of how many likes or whatever, because when Scott invited me, I only had like 1,500 likes on my Facebook page. Like there was no, it's not a popularity thing. It was just, he saw something totally different, asked me if I'd like to, you know, come join. And I said, oh yeah, like, let's make a wreath at the convention too. And it just kind of evolved from that. So the speakers are wonderful, talented people. I can't believe I'm actually in the same lineup with them because I've been watching them for a long time. And yeah, it's definitely not a popularity contest. It's just talented people, I guess, creative people that want to teach you guys. So that's the whole thing. There's no thing about a popularity or anything like that, because little old me from Canada, I ain't popular. Oh, that's okay, Donna. There's going to be plenty more. This the whole convention thing is just starting. You know, there was Damon did one, and then now Scott's doing one, and it'll just keep going. Maybe I'll have one in Canada. Maybe I'll host it. Maybe we'll have wreath wars in Canada. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go. I'm hungry. I'm going to bed. Oh, you think so, Patsy? Aw, thank you. I'm not as popular as them, but oh well. Maybe one day. All right, guys. I'm going. Come here, ladies. Say goodbye. Bye, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh,